Hello, crypto traders, checking in on the space. So at this point, it's all about 10,000, and we have very clear resistance at that level. We know there's a bunch of short stops above that level, and the most important support for me is our little daily higher low at 9,120. If you want a little bit more clarity, you're zooming into the 12-hour time frame, and it's a high, low, lower high, higher low at 91.20. Failed to break resistance at a double top, and now trading sideways. We are shaping up for altcoins to take some of the spotlight now. When we are in this scenario and looking back at previous action, every time Bitcoin gets a bull break, it's going up faster than altcoins, which means, okay, what's the most ideal environment right now for altcoins? Not when Bitcoin's going up, not when Bitcoin's going down, because correlation drags those altcoins down as well. It's when Bitcoin is going sideways. So the altcoins right now would welcome if we traded another 2 days within the 9,120 and 10,000 resistance range, which is 10% of range. We can easily trade within that range for quite some time, and that's what the altcoin bulls are hoping for. What they are also hoping for is a bear break on this dominance chart. If we see a bear break of 67.40, which we are approaching, we are then in a daily downtrend, which means zoom out and look for a weekly higher low to form. But again, that will be altcoins gaining some momentum while Bitcoin trades sideways. So I'm not going to call it an alt season because I have no idea how long it would last. But it tells me to pay attention to the altcoins. Need that break of 67.40. So ETH, daily trend change, higher low and higher high. Resistance from there, 217. Double top at that level right now. After 217 is 219.48 and 227.50. Very significant recovery from the bounce and a confirmed daily trend change. ETH BTC, we've been highlighting this one for a while because of how clear the weekly time frame is. And we are looking at a weekly higher low being set compared to 2021. A beautiful bottom fish play with the weekly higher low set, and now we're looking for a weekly lower high to be set compared to 2613. A lot of space where that could happen, and I would expect another leg up here if the Bitcoin dominance chart does break that support level that we were just looking at. Really nice bottom fishing play. Very clear. LTC even got a big spike up. Look at that upper wick. We gave it back, but that was still an impressive, very short-term move. So again, daily higher low and higher high. 49.12 is resistance. Anything above 41.89 keeps the daily uptrend intact at this point. And definitely one of the weaker of the altcoins compared to Bitcoin, but trying to play some catch-up. And as far as the big upper wick, you can see it was just a very short-term volume climax pump, about 9%, and now we're in a tightening range in response to that. 44.57 just held, and resistance is 45.67. We can watch this hourly tightening range for a short-term break. XRP USD, daily trend change, not entirely convincing. So we're watching the 4-hour uptrend, which is still intact. But if we don't get follow through on the daily trend change, definitely a bit of a red flag in the short term. And you compare it to ETH, and ETH has significant follow through on its daily trend change. So definitely bulls want to see another leg up. And after that resistance, we'd be looking at 22.5 as the next level. BNB, so Binance daily trend change, again, upper wick, little bit concerning, but still a 4-hour uptrend. That upper wick will mean a lot more if we lose the 4-hour uptrend. A loss of the 4-hour uptrend right after changing the daily trend is a red flag. Keep that 4-hour uptrend, and it is not a red flag. So short term for these altcoins, those 4-hour higher lows are the most important factor. 17.49 is the next resistance after the high of today. Link, daily trend change back to the bulls. All we're looking at is the high of the entire move, 421. It remains the strongest of the major altcoins that I'm watching, and anything above 360 is a daily higher low, keeping bulls strong. And XTZ USD, a very convincing daily higher low and higher high. 297 resistance. Anything above 244 is a higher low of support. Keeping in mind that the 3 of the strongest names have set weekly higher lows, backtesting and holding exponential support. I'm talking about XTZ, Link, weekly, higher low set, backtest and hold, and ETH. Higher low on the weekly set, backtest and hold, and trying to confirm weekly trend changes and weekly bull flags. So those are the 3 favorite names, technically speaking, and that's been the case for weeks at this point. They've been holding on really well. We are watching the Bitcoin dominance chart extremely closely as we are approaching this support closer and closer all day today. And let's look at Link BTC and XTZ BTC. So Link BTC, weekly equilibrium looking for a higher low, same as ETH BTC. XTZ BTC, weekly equilibrium. Oh, it's so perfect. It's not surprising that the names that are aligning as the strongest, excuse me, something in my eye. The names that are aligning as the strongest altcoins US dollar pairings are doing the same thing on their Bitcoin pairing weekly charts. Long-term, broad, clear weekly equilibriums looking for higher lows. We will need daily trend changes on all of these Bitcoin pairings if we're going to say yes, our higher lows have formed. And we can look at ETH BTC, hasn't convincingly changed that daily trend yet. Low, currently working on the high of the bounce. So we will need daily trend change follow through, but the setup is there, it's very clear, and we're looking for these weekly higher lows. So again, best case for all these names we just looked at, just Bitcoin, trade sideways. Hold 9,120, don't break 10,000 yet, and allow some time for the shift to take place in the altcoin space. Let's keep an eye on our 3 lead bulls, and we will check back in the near-term future. Have a good rest of your day, and don't forget to do good things.
So this is Dottie. She's a old grandma, as you can see from her nips. Laid a few litters in her day, fostering her for a couple weeks. She likes wrestling and throwing her weight around and cuddling. Pretty good girl. Fitting name. I've only ever known old women named Dottie, and she's kind of like an old grandma.
Little fuzzball nerd faces.
So these are the ingredients of Dan's soup. We got some spinach, kale, chard, collards, some tatsoi, and some green onion that floured too soon, but you can still make some green onion soup out of it. Put it into bone broth. There you go.